Hey guys, welcome back to the AddMeGamers channel. This is Dan, and today I'm going to be continuing my StarCraft 2 commentary. Today we have, of course, it's the Msi Pro Cup 12 tournament. We have on the top left corner TSLSymbol as the blue Zerg player, and on the bottom right as the red Terran player we have oGsSuperNova. This is, of course, Z versus T, so let's see exactly how this game plays out. I don't really have any much more information in terms of which gameplay or which game this is, since this seems to be the only replay available so far, but let's see exactly how this game does play out. Anyways, in both cases I do believe we have that slow overlord coming down by Symbol, and Supernova, of course, going with that typical wall off by that supply depot, presumably barracks and a secondary supply depot. So let's see exactly how he decides to play this out. So far nothing really happening. Of course, both players are already pretty much droning up as much as possible, so finally, more scouts coming down. The drone scout is going to be coming down, passing the Zonlaga tower, so that wall off isn't going to be completed though. Is he going to be getting those resources up for that command center? Yes, he is, so he's not going to be walling it off. He is going for that second command center early on in the game, so that pretty much sort of should tell Symbol exactly how he is going to be playing the side. He's going to start a little bit of harass on that SCV. Of course, Symbol's going to get that SCV, another SCV being pulled down by Supernova, and a third SCV as well, so I do presume that third SCV, yes, that is going to be going for that barracks up, but he did go for that command center first, and of course Symbol does respond with getting his hatchery up as well, so that hatchery a little bit behind though if we just look at the actual production. No, actually that hatchery was a little bit ahead in terms of Symbol's command center, so still Symbol is just a little bit ahead in terms of gameplay so far and base-wise production, and of course we do have a secondary barracks, not even that secondary supply depot is being placed up there though, but really interesting play in terms of Supernova's opening up. So far it's pretty nice. Of course that drone is still being chased around by SCVs, and Symbol's really making a good job of removing as many SCVs off that production line, and just a little bit of nuisance, you can put it this way. Symbol is really putting in that nuisance, but once that marine comes out, that should be the end of the harassment by this drone. If this drone even survives though, that should be it. He should obviously start pulling back with that drone itself. A third hatchery coming down for Symbol, and of course Symbol's going down with those extractors, and we do have that spawning pool as well. So so far typical build from both players. That drone of course retreating since it's nearly dead, and that marine, finally that first marine's out, and we do have finally two barracks churning out those double marines, one each. So far so good in terms of the gameplay itself. Finally, is that SCV finally coming down to scout? Yes, it is. It's going to be moving up, not even back, moving up towards TSLSymbol's base, and he should pretty much spot that there is that spawn pool and that secondary hatchery. But the question is he going to go down to see if that third hatchery is there? Because if he does spot that third hatchery, then he knows he does have a little bit of more time. Yes, he is going to be moving up to the third hatchery location, to the third base location, and he does spot that third base, so he knows that he does have a little bit more time, and he shouldn't worry about the Zergs being flooded towards his actual base itself. He's going to do a little bit of harass. He's placing the bunker down itself, so pretty interesting play. And we do have that Zergling, of course, moving up. He should pretty much spot that SCV since he knows that SCV is there, so he's going to spot it and he's going to be attacking, so he's going to prevent that from happening. Of course we should see more Zerglings coming down there, but of course we do have those Marines going up for that actual bunker itself. That SCV might not even survive that. No, that SCV is going to drop. So no, it's not. Actually, it does get supported by those Marines, and of course the drones do get pulled off the line. TSLSymbol is moving back with the drones. This hatchery might actually drop with those five Marines. Of course, more Marines streaming across the map. We do have two more Marines and two more Marines, 4 Marines in total. Everybody's retreating to the base. Those drones being moved back to the secondary base itself. This hatchery is pretty much a goner unless TSLSymbol does do anything. He does have 22 Zerglings coming online, so that should pretty much help him out in terms of putting a little bit of pressure down on these Marines themselves. So he is trying to group up these Zerglings before he does move forward. Of course, here comes the Zerglings. Now he should move out. He's going to try to make us surround as much as possible. Of course, Supernova knows that. He's moving down towards the resource line, where it really does prevent those Zerglings to be able to cause a proper surround for those Marines. So that's it. This hatchery is a goner. He's going to load up, of course, to that bunker itself and the secondary bunker. Very nice to keep those Broodlings at base, since those Broodlings can't really do any much damage, especially since the Marines are at the bunker itself. But of course the counter reaction by TSLSymbol, he moves down, he realizes that he can't do anything, especially a very nice wall off. We do have those 3 barracks on the actual main ramp itself, so those Zerglings do decide to retreat back, and they are going to be probably pushing out towards these two bunkers. That a single SCV is pretty much going to keep those bunkers in repair, but of course I do believe SYMBOL is going to drop that SCV, and those bunkers should pretty much follow suit very quickly after that. But we'll see exactly if he's going to even be bothered to go for those bunkers at all. Of course, more overloads being streamed across the map to provide that very nice scouting as much as possible by TSLSymbol. And finally he's going to be moving out with those Zerglings. He's going to be moving out. Yes, we do have that bunker on the higher ground, provide very nice cover fire for those bunkers, and the bunkers are actually very useful in keeping a seal wall, as they do actually manage to hold off and absorb quite a lot of damage. So let's see exactly how he decides to continue this gameplay. We do have more Zerglings coming on. We do have really two nice little swarms of Zerglings being in play. He does have finally some morphed in some Bailings, so it is going to be going for that Bailing bust. So one of these barracks is going to be taken out by those Bailings. The question is which one. Of course, we do have the pre-igniter coming online as well, so pretty interesting play for SYMBOL finally getting those that blue flame for those Hellions. So a couple of Hellions, as he knows, the Hellions are going to be pretty crucial in terms of the amount of Zerglings. Here comes that Bailing bust by TSLSymbol. TSLSymbol's finally going to be moving with those Bailings first. Of course, the Bailings are going to lead the charge. Which barracks is going to be the one that's going to go down? Which one's going to be it? I do believe this one, and that's it. Two barracks actually do manage to bust, and here comes the push. Of course, all SCVs are being pulled off the line. Bunker's going to pretty much drop really fast. More Bailings moving up towards. They're going to bust the bunker itself and the remaining of the supply depots. Those Zerglings are charging and going to be pretty much surrounding everything. Of course, the SCVs are being pulled off the line to prevent as much damage as possible, but very nice play by TSLSymbol. He is really trying to charge in as much as possible, do as much damage as possible towards the SCV, so he did split the Zergling ward up, and he's going to be moving in. Those Hellions in play do provide a little bit of cover fire, and both bases are pretty much being attacked. Continuous morphing of more Bailings and Zerglings are being streamed into the actual base itself. Those factories are pretty much not going to do anything, and this is really it for SuperNova. SuperNova really can't counterattack this really massive Zergling and Bailing bust movement by SYMBOL. SYMBOL's going to be taken down, I do believe, a few more structures. If not, he's going to be going for those Hellions with those Bailings. They are pretty slow, so I don't really see that happening. No, he is actually charging down towards the SCVs. He wants to get a couple of Bailing busts. Very nice, and that's really it for TSLSymbol. His economy has been really crippled. No more SCVs in play, very little SCVs in play for SuperNova, and SuperNova really can't do anything except just watch in terror and see his base be ripped apart by those Bailings and Zerglings that are being charged in. Now he is planning to move in two more factories, two more barracks, actually two more factories since the barracks are down, to block off any more harass by SYMBOL. So very nice movement by SYMBOL. SuperNova is not really on the winning end here. He does have, of course, those mules mining, but that's pretty much it. His units were pretty much crippled really drastically. As you can see, units killed, 79 workers killed, 50 to 1. So economically wise, he is really on the losing end here. Let's take a look at the resources lost. Even though the resources seems to be a little bit fine, but economically wise, it's not really looking up for SuperNova. SuperNova is really on the downside here. We don't have a third hatchery coming online, so we can tell that really SuperNova is just planning, I mean TSLSymbol is just planning to move out and use all those resources to attack, and we do have those roaches, and that should pretty much do SYMBOL in. There's really nothing you can do, I mean SuperNova in. Here come those roaches. Of course, those Bailings should pretty much bust the bunker as well, so any cover fire by those Hellions is not really going to improve much, especially against those roaches. Roaches pretty much do obliterate those Hellions, and here comes that bust again. This is pretty much it. I do believe that SuperNova is going to call it a good GG, and that's it. Two bunkers, two barracks, I mean factories. First factory and second factory should pretty much drop. They are nearly on the losing end. First one dropped.